Every time there's a mass shooting, for the next month you'll hear the shooter this, the shooter that, his family this, his life that. But when somebody stops a mass shooting from happening, all you hear is this. Why wouldn't an insecure, unstable young man who believes he's invisible to the world and has nothing to live for, but wants to leave his mark on the world before he goes so that he can validate his life and make the world stand up and take notice of him, not commit a mass shooting? The media practically turns these guys into celebrities overnight. Hell, I take that back. They basically turn them into demigods. Don't believe me? I give you 10 seconds to rattle off the name of the most recent mass shooters in the last decade. If you're able to mention even one name to yourself, that's insane. What's the name of the guy who had a carry permit who tackled the guy who shot Gabrielle Gifford? Name the guy in the mall who had a concealed carry permit and stopped and deterred the guy who shot the mall up in Oregon. Or the name of the person who shot and stopped the kid who tried to shoot up the movie theater a couple of days after Newtown happened. Not one of these people's names are identifiable within 10 seconds, but I'm forced to learn the inner details of these sociopaths' lives who try to amass the highest body count. And get this, then the media steps in and makes themselves experts on gun control and try to vilify anyone who's not for the hijacking of the Second Amendment right. I take that back. They're natural born right as human beings for self-preservation. I'm sick of this. What kind of backward society do we live in where we glorify the sociopath and then demonize the good people who want adequate means of protecting themselves from said sociopaths? This is willful retardation at its finest. And you gawk at the idea of placing armed guards in schools or arming teachers because you don't want the kids going to school surrounded by guns. But you're okay with making these places gun-free zones while admitting in the same breath that we can't completely stop mass shootings. And reality has shown time and time again that obeying a gun-free zone sign is not anywhere on these mass shooters' bucket list. You want to stop mass shootings, and I mean stop them in their tracks? Put people in a position to put these bastards down the moment they open fire or show up intending to do harm. These guys are corner campers. They want an easy body count, not a shootout. You destroy the mass shooter's fantasy real quick by sending bullets in their direction. Right then, the fantasy stops and the reality kicks in, and that's when they take their lives. Then celebrate the heroes who stopped the mass shooter. Let the mass shooter die the same way he lived, as a nobody, instead of forcing me to watch a guy with orange hair admire his work every time they bring him to court surrounded by cameras and watch every move he makes like he's Kim Kardashian. At least I get an endorphin spike when I see her. The whole anti-gun, pro-gun back and forth fight that happens after every mass shooting is like two bird-brained chicks fighting each other over a guy who they thought was their boyfriend, but come to find out he was sleeping with both of them at the same time. And now he's standing there watching them fight each other when they should be fighting him. Fight the bad guy, not each other. This isn't a pro-gun, anti-gun thing. Meet the coward in the fantasy and stop them. And don't glorify them, and they'll cease to be a fantasy. And they'll have to find new ways to make themselves relevant. Taking away guns isn't the answer. It's a feel-good measure because people don't want the responsibility of being responsible for their own safety. They rather believe that the police will be there when we know and they know and the police know they won't. No one wants to fight for the protection. They want the government to do it. They want the police to do it because I'll admit, it's scary to think that the only person responsible for your safety is you. But guess what? That's reality. Cops can't always be there. Obama definitely can't be there when your life is on the line or your kids. The people in the best position to stop mass shooters are the people who are there. Give them the means to stop these bastards, and I promise you, all these mass shootings will stop once they realize there's no more free shoots. Instead of trying to save just one kid's life, let's try to save 10 or 12 or 20 and have maybe only one person die, instead of trying to save just one life and 20 die.